Time to show you something a little bit different in the jeans department now. So here we have the Pando Moto KarlDo Kevlar 01 Aramid motorcycle jeans, new for spring/summer 2020. And what separates these from most of the motorcycle jeans we've ever shown you is the fact that these have mesh panels integrated into them for ventilation. So of course we've seen this a lot on jackets recently. It's become quite the mainstay of spring/summer clothing departments, but we don't really have any trousers or at least any jeans that do this. And Pando Moto have taken this quite difficult concept, I think, to integrate the idea of mesh paneling into jeans and executed it really, really well. So it looks a little bit more obvious under studio lights than it does outside. That's the first thing to say because of the way that the mesh actually reflects the light slightly. You wouldn't normally see it as clearly, and unless someone is really staring at your crotch, you are not going to notice it, would be my take on things. However, it works, I think, very well. What you get is these two panels here with this V either side of the sort of upper leg area, and then also down on the lower leg on the inside you have quite a large panel as well. So these two areas being quite well faced as you hit the oncoming wind to help with ventilation. And I think that they integrate really neatly. In terms of how well it performs, I'd love to be able to stand here and tell you that I'd had a chance to test these extensively, but I'm not going to lie. And because of the current pandemic, I haven't really been able to. However, having had a lot of experience manhandling and testing all the other jeans that we have shown you, I can say that these are actually pretty lightweight for something that's not a single layer jean in the rest of it. And I get the impression just walking around outside on a relatively hot day that the ventilation afforded by these is actually surprisingly effective. And I'd be really keen to try these out on a really hot day because what it gives you is extra ventilation, more than you can expect really from any other motorcycle trouser in the jean variety. But it also is something that I think looks really great and the fit is absolutely fantastic. So I'm wearing a pair of Boss jeans that I like to wear just off the bike, and the transition into these, they were very, very similar in terms of that sort of slim, but with a stretch. I think very good style to them. These are clearly not designed to look understated and to sort of pass for non-motorcycling jeans. There is stuff all over them that really kind of gives their functional element away, such as the accordion stretch panels on the top of the knees, which is obviously going to help you get into position on the bike, and of course across the back of the seat of the pants as well to help you bend into position. The mesh paneling as well only adds to that, and you've also got things like the horizontal stitching sections for the front-facing access knee pockets, which, by the way, I think is a fantastic way of getting the armour in and out. I say this every time I come across it, that for me, the way that the majority of motorcycle jeans work by having internally accessed knee pockets slightly defeats the point of having them if you have to take them off when you get to your destination to take the arm out. The whole point of something like these is you can wear them all day on and off the bike. I could genuinely easily wear these all day on and off the bike. Really comfortable. There's that 11-ounce Cordura Denim outer, so that's a Cordura interwoven with the denim. That's a very hard-wearing nylon. That gives it lots of abrasion resistance. The waist size, I think, is true to the size. There's a good stretch to this fabric. They're not skinny jeans, make no mistakes about that, but they do have a nice slim fit with a really good, comfortable degree of stretch to them. They call this a sort of aged wash black, and again, I like that. I think that the black is just a little bit too full on for some people. This has a slight lift to the color, looks a little bit aged, a little bit washed, and looks really great too. Branding is pretty understated. You've got the Pando Moto sort of curious crown symbol, I'm not quite sure what it stands for, just on the left part of the leg and also onto the buttons. It looks really premium, it's very nice, and as you go around the back, you see you've got more sort of styling going on with the sort of three-quarter angle running of the seam there, zigzag across pocket, and also the accordion panel here. Pando Moto leather patch on the belt section too. So as I said, quite a lot going on there. The Sastec armour is the really soft, sort of floppy stuff that's really unnoticeable, and in some cases you could argue you probably don't even need to take it out, but you can very easily because you've got these little Velcro overlay flaps across the front here that make getting it in and out very easy indeed. You also got the option to insert hip armour in the hips, and that is about £20. That's an optional extra that will shortly be available. Both of these level 1 CE approved, which is pretty standard. The leg length at 34 is, again, pretty standard. It's kind of what you want if you are actually a 32 or a 33 leg, because you want the extra because of the way you're going to be sat. Your knee bent is going to rise up a little bit, and this gives you just a little bit more coverage to meet the joint of your boot as well. So in stock right now, I think that these are really interesting, first of all, as a concept, but actually executed very, very well indeed. And I mean, I don't know how much of a demand there is out there for that. I'd like you guys to tell me, is this something you think could be useful, or is this just such a niche within a niche? I think it's great, and I'm really looking forward to actually getting to try these properly. But first impressions, very, very positive, and I do think that they will do the job that they were designed to do fundamentally. So comments in the section below, and as always, do subscribe to our channel if you want to be the first to find out about the world's finest motorcycling gear. Thank you very much for watching. Stay safe out there. We'll see you again soon. Goodbye.